Hey guys, welcome back to hunt.us. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the aftermath of trapping. And so once you trap the animals and you get the fur skinned and flesh and salted, you have a dilemma what to do with it. And there's a couple of different options. You can sell it like it is. You can just preserve it like it is and leave it. But if you want to do what we call wall hangers out of it, or put it up on display, then you're going to want to soft tan it. And so this fox right here has been soft tanned. You can see how soft and pliable it is. It just comes out a really nice fur. It's a nice looking leather on the inside there, as you can see. And so there's a lot of work that goes in to soft tanning a fur to get it to be a viable product for whatever it is that you may be wanting to use it for. And so we're going to show you everything today, A to Z, on how to soft tan a fur and get a good quality product such as this gray fox here. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. We cover everything that you need to know, including the products and the steps and procedures that you're going to need to take. Welcome back to hunt.us, guys. Today, as promised, we're going to start our tanning solution and soft tan all of our hides. Well, not all of them, but a majority of our hides from this past trapping season. So we're going to be using some McKinsey products, and so it's going to be a multiple day series here, as there's a bunch of different steps to go through. So we're just going to do a step by step. And up first is I got 25 gallons of water in this Rubbermaid container, and we're going to do about 15 or 16 hides to start out with. And we've got this McKinsey relaxer degreaser, and this is basically going to relax and rehydrate the hides. They've been fleshed, salted, and stretched, and they've been like that for probably a couple of months now. And so this is going to start helping them to relax and soften back up and become workable again. And so basically what we're going to do is it's 1 ounce per gallon of water of the degreaser relaxer. And so we're going to go 25 ounces. And that's standard, but some of these, we got a couple otters and mostly beavers in here and some raccoons as well. And so they're a little greasy, your greasier animals. And so we're going to use 30 ounces of the relaxer degreaser, and then of course we're going to put some salt in them. And we're going to leave these in here overnight, and then we're going to come back and we're going to rinse them out, make a pickle solution, and they're going to pickle for 3 days. And then we're going to take them out and tan them, and then apply some leather oil to help soften it, and then we'll stretch it and work it as well then. So you don't want to miss it. This is going to be everything A to Z to tanning hides and getting a soft hide. And also there's a couple of these that were shot with a large caliber rifle that we're doing for some friends. A couple of the foxes anyways. And so we're going to show you guys how to sew them holes up and repair those. So with that, we're just going to get right to it. This is 4 cups or a quart, so 32 ounces. So we're just going to go in even 32. Going to pour it in there. Let it mix up some. Set this to the side, and we're going to get some salt. And in the pickle solution, we're going to be using 1 pound per gallon, but that's not necessary here. We're just going to put some salt in there to help preserve and protect the hides from bacteria. So 25 gallons of water, we'll probably throw a couple pounds. So I'm going to grab the salt and we'll be right back. So we got some salt here. As you can see, it's the American Stockman fine salt. It's from Tractor Supply. You can get it. And I originally got this from idea from Amy's Wildlife. I'll post her video in the comments. And so she was doing it for deer mounts, and talked about the other applications. And so we're just going to be doing it to soft tan all of our trapping. So I'll make sure to leave a link in the description for her video as well. That way you can go check it out. Because she's a lot better than I am, professional. Has a taxidermy shop over in North Carolina. So we appreciate the good video from her. And that's how we learned to do this method. And so we're going to give it a try. So shout out to Amy's Taxidermy. Alright, we're going to stir this up now. Get all this salt dissolved. And that was probably, I don't know, 5-8 pounds, maybe 10 pounds of salt. Alright, so it's good and stirred up. Now we're just going to set all of our hides in. And here's the beaver that we case skinned. We did a couple of those for requests, a couple of coons, muskrat, and a whole bunch of beavers. And we're going to let these soak overnight. Now we are going to do some foxes, like I said, for a couple of buddies that wanted some done. But, excuse me. But they're not going to need as much time in the soak to relax, so we're going to put those in and just let them do a couple hours. Here's an otter we got, and several more beavers. And we're just going to get these worked down in here good and get them all submerged. I'll let you guys come over, see this. Just get them all in there. Try to get them all nice and submerged. We may put a little weight on them. Once these get nice and waterlogged, they should sink a little bit. Alright, we're going to leave those sitting overnight. And it's right now 8 o'clock Eastern time. So we're going to come back in the morning, check them out, and then rinse them and get our pickle solution going. And they've got to stay in the pickle solution for a couple days. This is the next day. We put the hides and the relaxer degreaser and salt last night, left them overnight, and took us a couple hours this morning to get started. Had some issues with the barrel, so I had to switch to these tubs. So we got 25 gallons of water here, and so we're going to go ahead and get everything mixed up. And with all of our furs here, I don't know if you can see it, just add a frame over here in this smaller container. I done all the foxes in it and already got it ready. You see the clear coat there. So it calls half a gallon of this McKenzie Ultimate Acid, or I'm sorry, half an ounce per gallon. So we got 25 gallons, so we're going to go 12 and a half ounces. So we're just going to pour it in. There's 12, let's see, that's probably getting pretty close. Put just a splash extra in. So, and then it calls for a 2 fluid ounces to every 5 gallons. So we've got 25 gallons, so 5 goes in 25 5 times. So we're going to go 10 ounces of the relaxer degreaser. There's 8, a little more. Alrighty, now we just got to get the salt in. You can go 1 pound of salt per gallon. So we got about roughly 25 pounds left here in our bag. Pour the rest of that in. Pitch the bag there. Stir this up. And this is going to pickle for at least 3 days. And then we're going to get them out and shave them, sand them a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and sew up the holes at that time, and then put them back in here for at least another day, maybe 2 days, depending. Probably the beaver hides we'll leave in 2 days. The foxes and stuff like that we'll probably just leave in an extra day after the 3rd one. And then after that we're going to be rolling on the tannin solution, and then the leather oil after that, and then just stretching and working and drying. So you guys want to make sure and stay along. Don't want to miss any of that. And hopefully we're going to have a pretty good product. And then a couple of these coon hides, we may try to get a little fancy and make a coon skin cap or two, so we'll see. Alright, so we've got our pH strips here. Get those to focus in camera for you. There we go. Alright, and so we're going to dip that down in there and see what our pH is. We're shooting for a 1.5 right now. So, see if you can see that. I don't want to. Oh, come on now. There we go. You can see there, it's right there in the middle, the 1.5. See if I can get that to right there. Alright, so that's right where we want it. So now that we got that, we're going to start dropping these beaver hides in. And these beaver hides are kind of softened up. Some of them, the little thicker ones like this, you can see that they're still a little bit stiff. But you look back here, and you know, you can see it's thin in the right spots. And so this one's a little bit gapped, so we're going to have to do some sewing work on that. I'm just going to drop all these in. Skin side down. Like I said, we'll probably leave the beavers in a little longer just because they're a little thicker and greasier. You can see kind of where this one's sticking up and almost turned yellow where it's been salted for a while. Then I think this is the last beaver here. Then we got an otter and 2 cased beavers. We'll put all those in there. Once all those are in there, just going to take and stir it around, get everything underwater. And we're going to come out here about once a day, once every 12 hours, you know, every 24 hours, just whatever kind of we feel like, when we test the pH and add more acid as needed, because these furs, they're gonna increase the pH as they sit in here over time. So we're going to have to bring some more acid in and decrease that to get it back to where we want it at the acidic level. And then after that, before we tan it, put the tannin solution on, we'll neutralize it with some baking soda and bring that pH back up. So I think that'll do. We'll let you guys see what this is looking like. And then we're going to put a lid on it, and that will be done until tomorrow. As you can see, just got them all down in there. Got them submerged. So we're going to put a lid on it now and leave it be. Alright, lid's on it. We're good to go. We'll see you guys back here about 12:20. Alright guys, we're back here on day 5. of our tanning solution. These fox and raccoon and a couple muskrat hides have been in the tanning solution for, this is the 4 full days, this is the 5th day, so 4.5 days roughly. So it's time to neutralize them now. We still got the beaver and the otter still, and the coyotes still soaking in the pickle. We're going to give them another couple of days, at least another day or two, just because they're thicker furs, so you want to give more time for the acid to penetrate the thicker skins. So anyways, we've got 10 gallons of water here. So for our neutralizing, we just pulled these straight out of the pickle and really didn't wring them out too much. Just, you know, kind of pulled them out and set them over here for the time being. And so we just got some all-purpose baking soda. And so we're going to try and bring that pH up. I want it around a 5. And so we're going to go 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. This is 10 gallons, so we're going to go 10 tablespoons. Alright, there's 10 there. So just going to stir this up. You're just going to take these furs and just lay them right over in there. And we're going to let them soak in here for about 20 to 30 minutes and get neutralized. We'll test the pH and make sure that it's kind of where we want it. And then after 20-30 minutes, we're going to rinse them, wring them out, and let them start to dry a little bit. Wrap them up in a towel, and then once they're starting to dry out a little bit, that's when we'll go back with the tanning solution, tan them, and then we're going to let them get a little tacky. And then after they get a little tacky, we're going to put some leather oil on them, let them dry overnight, and then we're going to start working them tomorrow. So this is just the acid left over. We'll get rid of this. So right now it's 13:20, so we'll give it about 20-30 minutes. So you know, around 2 o'clock, 1400, 1350. All right, guys, he's been here probably about 40 minutes. I actually got tied up there on a couple phone calls. So we're going to get them out now. We're just going to wring them out. And then just hang them up to dry. And so I got a little rack set up over here that I'm just going to hang them up on to dry for a little bit. And I'll show you guys that here in just a second once I get them all hung up. Basically, we're just going to let them drip dry there for a little bit, and we don't want them completely dry. Just want them a little bit dried out to where they'll accept the tan. And I think this is probably at the point, once they dry here for just a second and I got all these hung up, I'm going to go back and start sewing them up. So we'll bring you guys back and show you that whenever we get to it. So as you can see there, got a rack, got them all hanging up. Gonna let them drip dry a little bit until they're ready for the tanning solution, and then we're gonna sew a couple of holes up, like this fox especially. It was shot with a 30-06, so we're gonna sew it up and then get ready and do the tanning solution. So you guys stay with us. We appreciate it, and I hope you guys are learning something. Alright guys, so we're gonna show you guys how to sew this up real quick. As you can see, you got a pretty good size hole right here. So we need to make that a little bit more oblong, so like kind of like an oval, that way it comes back together. So we're just going to take and cut a little bit off here, okay? Just so we have a nice smooth edge to work with. Just going to take ever slightly so much off. I think we can probably make that work there. I'm going to take a, see if I can do the focus for you, just a curved needle there. There we go. I'm going to use just some plain dental floss. Get about what we need out or think we need out. Cut it off. Now I take this tag end down here and just do a couple of overhand knots. Just like that right there. Alright, we're going to start up here at one end. And we're going to try and just go through the skin to skin here. Pull it through until we're not. And go back through. We're going to try to get it to where we're not getting any of the hair, so the hair is not sticking out.
Foregone conclusions. Settle in, settle now. Give up your sweet illusions, 'cause your walls are falling down.
4 or 5 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pull it tight. And then snip it. Alright. And there you can see the end product. Got a little bunched up here. Didn't cut it up long enough, but that's okay. This is just going to do us just fine. And when we turn it inside out here in a second, you're not going to be able to tell. So we're going to be right back with you guys. Going to start putting the tannin solution on these. So we're just going to get a couple of things worked up here and clean up some of these just a little bit. That's got some of this extra tissue on here where we didn't do such a great fleshing job on some of them. So you guys stay tuned and be back with us here shortly. Alright, we're back with the tannin solution now. We heated it up for about 30 seconds in the microwave. Then poured some more cool in it and mixed it up. Now we're just going to brush this all over the entire fur. I'm going to even get it inside the ears here that we've opened up. Make sure to get it everywhere. Make sure you get it down on the tail here. It don't really matter a whole lot if you get it in the fur or not, because it'll wash out. I'm gonna be sure to get it in all the edges here. Special attention up here around the nose and the eyes and the lips. Alright, now we're going to let that penetrate for 4 or 5 hours, or until it gets a little tacky. And then we're going to take the leather oil and mix it up and put it on there to help soften it up. So you guys stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do all of these other critters real quick.
I was born beneath the mountain, right on the valley floor, and I followed the sun into the desert because I thought that she was the one, but I've never been more wrong. So I'll go home to rest my soul and all my ghosts. They'll be gone and I'll be home. Autumn time, I took a chance by climbing the highest tree I could find, and that's where I found you by the horizon. You are the ocean blue, and like a river I'll run to you, and I'll be home to rest my soul and all my ghosts. They'll be gone and
Alright. So as you can see, got all those tanned, 3 or 4 coons, 3 or 4 foxes, a couple muskrats. So we're going to let them sit, get the leather and oil ready, and we'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, we're back. We put the tanning solution on these and let them dry for just a little bit until they're kind of tacky. So we're going to go ahead and put this leather oil on now. And basically all this is going to do is help it be soft and pliable. And so we're going to put a healthy coat of it on, let it soak in and dry, and then start working it. So you're going to brush on just like we did the tanning solution. And the way you mix this is 1 part of the leather oil and 2 parts water. We're going to apply this pretty liberally. We'll probably give this a couple of different coats as it dries. Then they say for the best results, that after it's dry, to sand it with some coarse sandpaper.
watch the ocean kiss the moon. Run away with me, where the morning paints the sea. Where the fire with the glow, we found love we won't let go. In the twilight of the night, see the colors burst in the sky, watch the world fade away. We're wide awake, searching through the stars for magic from afar. Look inside, you'll see the magic's underneath.
Alright guys, that's all painted on. So we're just going to give it some time now, let it sit and dry, and then as it dries we're going to start working it. So we'll be back with you guys tonight, and we're close to the finished product, so just make sure and stick around. We're back with our soft tanning video, and we've got the tanned hides here. We're going to do a couple examples for you guys to show you how to work them and make them pliable and get a finished product that is desirable. We're going to do an otter, a raccoon, and a beaver. And so we went through our process and we applied the tanning oil, then we went back on with a leather oil. And you can see that especially around the edges, it's already really soft and pliable, but you can see it's a little bit soft, but it's kind of still kind of almost like some cardboard. So we're going to soften that up and show you guys how to do it. And the coon is pretty soft too. The leather oil done a pretty good job on it. But we waited till they was completely dry before we started this process of working them. And you don't want to do that. That's a mistake. As soon as they start drying, you want to start working them. But we got busy, as you know, we all know that oftentimes happens to us all. And so we're going to show you how to make the best of it and still get a good finished product. And so what I'm going to do to start out with is I'm just going to run a sander, a handheld sander with some medium coarse sandpaper over everything, and kind of get that top layer off and get down to some of the softer leather. And then we're going to work it over the edge of the table and use a piece of wood and see what we can come up with, and hopefully we get a good end product. So just like I said, a handheld sander, and so we're just going to start by running it all over each one.
Is quiet. are dark, when an empty freeway with no one but the stars. Everybody's moving, but you're standing still. I hope this is the moment where it all gets real. We all feel lonely, we all feel lost. No, you're not the only one standing in the dark. Millions of people living out a dream. All they ever show you is the daily highlight reel. Reach through the darkness, climb through the smoke. We are all here waiting. You'll never be alone. We all feel lonely, we all feel lost. No, you're not the only one standing in the dark.
Alright, as you can see, that did a pretty decent job of getting it down, but it's still got a ways to go. So I got a block of 2x4 here, and we're just going to kind of run this down it, try to get all these creases out. That started to help. We're just going to kind of pull on it and try to stretch it now. It's going to work in a bunch of different ways. Roll it up. Just try to break those fibers loose and soften them up. Kind of ring it. We're just going to fold it up a bunch of different ways. Keep trying to stretch them fibers out. I mean, as you can see, it's already pretty soft. I mean, you know, you can roll it up. But with just a little bit more work, it'll soften up. And you can decide how much that you want to soften it. You know, if that's fine for you, You know, that's plenty for a wall hanger, but if you want to make something out of it, you may want it a little softer. It's just all personal preference. As you can see, roll it all the way up there. Show you there, hang off the side of the table. You know, it all kind of hang down, but it's just a little bit stiffer than I want it. So we're just going to kind of work it a little bit more, keep rolling it up, pulling and stretching, and then we'll take the sander to it again. And this is the process that you want to go through. You know, there's a bunch of different methods. You know, I've seen people that will tie a piece of nylon rope between two trees real tight and rub it across that, or off the edge of a table or a chair or something like that. And any of that works. You know, the point being is that you just got to keep at it until you get the product that you want. And as soon as it's good for you, it don't really matter what nobody else thinks. Just do whatever, you know. You're the one going to be looking at it or making something with it or whatever. I'm really surprised though how good that leather roll did with the edges. I mean, the edges just fold right up. You know, a lot of times when you're fleshing, you're pushing all that stuff to the edge. Sometimes that's the hardest places. And I figured that, you know, especially down around here, around the tail of the beaver, where the most fat and the skin's the thickest, that it would be the hardest, but that's necessarily not the case. And just keep working it. I mean, we're about to get to where we want to be right there. I mean, it's pretty pliable and soft. So we'll keep at it here just another second or two, and then we'll take the sander to it again. And, you know, we just roll it up in all sorts of different ways and angles. Just anything to help get it stretched out and break those fibers loose. You know, I've seen the old timers, some, you know, old timey videos where they'll tie it up and, you know, hit it with a broom, or, you know, take a piece of lumber and keep hitting it and soften it up. You know, all that's good. Just find a method that you like and that works for you and that gives you the product that you want. And that's really all that matters. We'll hit this one with a sander. I'll tell you what. Let's get this coon and alder to kind of the same place. And this coon is actually pretty daggum good. I mean, we're real close to where we would want it. Especially down here. I mean, I just can't believe how good of a job that leather roll done. And on the beavers, I probably messed up. I didn't wait for it to get good and tacky and start the tanning oil to dry. As soon as I put the tanning oil on, I was kind of in a hurry, so I went ahead and brushed on the leather oil right after that. And that may have been why it took a little bit more work. But I tell you, that leather oil is expensive. I think it was like $60-something a gallon, and then by the time you ship it, that was the only thing that I ordered, and they charged me a fortune to ship. I think they charged me like $32 or something crazy like that to ship it. So it was like I pretty much about got $100 in just that gallon of leather oil. But it done a good job on the ones where I used it properly. I should have waited a little longer on the beavers, but I was in a hurry. And I'll post a link in the description to the McKenzie website. That way you can see the products we used. And also I'll take pictures because I don't think I showed everything like I said I would, so that's my apologies on that. But I will go back and take pictures and post them in the respective sections of the video so you guys can see the products that we used. Really, the only place on this cone that I'm not too happy with is kind of right here between the ears. Get that worked out a little bit more, and this sucker will be in good shape. Yeah, it's getting better there now. Pretty happy with that. We'll get this otter worked up, and then we'll give them one last sand and let you guys see the final products, and that will conclude it. And on the foxes, we hadn't done one of those on camera from that first batch because we were kind of on a timeline to get them back to our buddy. But the foxes were really easy. The leather wool turned out really good on them, and it was almost pretty much the entire body we didn't have to do anything on. The only thing that we really had to work was up around the nose and the ears and the face there. It got a little stiff, and it didn't take much at all to work that up. And we're probably going to eventually make some stuff. We got like 15 beavers, something crazy like that. So we're going to make something with them. I'm not exactly sure what. A couple of the coons we might make coon skin cap or two, but the rest of these is just going to, be wall hangers. And all I'm doing is pressing my fist down into this and pulling up with my other hand to kind of stretch some of them fibers. We'll do the tail here, and then we'll run sander across them one more time and see what we got. All right, get rid of that. I'm gonna get a fresh sanding pad just to do this finish, and we'll get back to it. Slap a fresh sanding pad on here, we'll be ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I think that's pretty daggum good. You can see the white leather on the inside there. Good and pliable. I mean, you can just roll it up. It's done a pretty daggum good job. We're happy with this. I mean, you can lay it over all the way, and you can kind of see it just folds over. And so that's the main gist of it. And you know, like I said, you can just keep working these until it gets how you like it. I mean, just, you know, folds right over, and we'll roll this one first side back out. And this one still could probably use a little bit more work there around the head. It's kind of stiff rolling it back up like this, but overall, and the more you do it, you just kind of crunch it up and roll it, it'd be good. So there's the cone. The otter here, really nice white leather. We'll roll it back out too. It could probably use just a little bit more work there along the back too, but as we roll them in and out, that will come with it. If I can get a hold of his nose here. See right here up around the nose, he's still kind of a little bit stiff. Got him out there, and we'll work that. But there he is. We'll throw him right over. You know, he'll go right over your arm, fold. So he's pretty soft and pliable. This is a really nice otter fur here. We're real happy with that. But, so the only thing that I'm going to do to these now, besides work some of these a little bit more, just kind of roll them in and out and roll them up in different ways, is just brush them out, and then that's pretty much a finished product. You know, there you have it, how to soft tan a fur A to Z, get a nice pliable product. We hope you guys liked the video. If you like this kind of content, be sure to help support the channel, like and subscribe, and make sure to check out the video up here. We got more content coming as time goes on. We appreciate you guys staying in with us.